Hello everyone, let's solve APP Calculus 2024 question number 2 from free response questions. Let's read through the problem carefully. This looks like a modeling problem, specifically for a logarithmic graph. The question says, on the initial day of sales t equal to 0 for a new video game, there were 40,000 units of the game sold that day. And 91 days later, there were 76,000 units of the game sold that day. The number of games of the video game can be modeled by the function gt is a plus b ln t plus 1, where gt is the number of units sold in thousands and t is the day since the initial day of sales. Now we will use the given data to write down two equations that can be used to find the value of constants a and b in the expression. First of all, we have been given the information that on t equal to 0, the sales were 40,000. So because G is measured in thousands, so we will write it as 0, 40. And the other point we have for reference is 91 days later, wherein the 76,000 units of the game were sold. Now to substitute in the GT function, the GT function has been given as GT is A plus B ln T plus 1. Now we will substitute each of the points one by one. First point that we will substitute will be ln t will be 0 and gt will be 40. So 40 is equal to a plus b ln 0 plus 1. And the second substitution will be of the second point, which is 76 is equal to a plus b ln 91 plus 1. From the first point, we get 40 is equal to a plus b ln 1. And we know ln1 is 0. Hence, we directly get a is equal to 40 in this case. So to answer the first part, these are the two equations that will satisfy it, and you can simplify them and write this down like this. Second part, you can say 76 is equal to a plus b ln 2. But we do not have to just keep ourselves restricted to writing down the equations. For the second part, we also have to find out the values of a and b. So for the first part, we can say, because we have the equation 40 is equal to a plus b ln 1 and ln 1 we know is 0. This implies a is 40. So we've got the value of a for the first part. And the second part says 76 is equal to a plus b ln 92. Now in this case, we can substitute the value of a that we have already got from the first equation, which is 76 is equal to 40 plus a 40 plus b, because a we have already substituted, ln 2. Now 92. Now to solve for b, we will take 40 to the other side. It will be 76 minus 40 is b ln 92. We will get b ln 92 is 36 and b is equal to 36 divided by ln 92. Now we can use our calculators to solve for it. We will use the run matrix. We want to solve for 36 divided by ln 92. We will have ln feature also on our graph, and to solve for it, we are getting 7.961 as you can see. So we will go back and solve for and substitute the value of ln. The value of b that we have got from here is b is equal to 7.961. So we have got the values of a and b, and we will use this as a reference to write down our gt function. So our g of t function is equal to 40 plus 7.961 ln t plus 1. So this is our function for the games dependent upon days t. Now to read through the B part of the question, it says use the given data to find the average rate of change of the number of units of the video game sold in 1000 per day from t equal to 0 to t equal to 91 days, and you have to express your answer as a decimal approximation. Show that the computations that lead to your answer. So what we have in the question to find out the average rate of change are 2 points, 0, 40, and we have 91, 76, because on 91 days it becomes 76,000. Now to find out the rate of change in this case, we will apply the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So we substitute the values here. In this case, our 2 points are given. So we will do 76 minus 40 divided by 91 minus 0, which will give us 36 divided by 91. And if you substitute and solve for it, you will get 0.3956. So our rate of change from t equal to 0 to t equal to 91 days is given as 0.3956. Now solving for the second part of the question. Reading to the second part, it says, can you use your average rate of change found in 1 to estimate the number of units of the video game sold in thousands on day 50, t equal to 50, and show the work that leads to your answer. Now to understand the concept here, we will find out the average rate of change equation because we have 2 points of reference given here, and because it's a linear approximation of the games, it has an average rate of change, and we have already found out its slope. We will find out its equation and then estimate for t equal to 50. So the points we had for average rate of change were 0, 40 and 91, 76. We have already found out the slope for it, and we know this is a line which can be represented as, let's take the average rate of change as A. So average rate of change, or the approximation for this line, will be represented as m of t plus c, where m is the slope of the line and c is the y-intercept, because this is a general equation for a linear line. Now we have m already given to us, or we calculated in the previous part, as 0.3956 t, and we also have the value of the y-intercept in this case 0, 40, so we can say 40. Now this is the average rate of change line, which is 0.3956 t plus 40. Now to calculate for 50, what we will do is we will use average rate of change, substitute 50 in here, 0.3956 into 50 plus 40. This will give us an approximate answer of, using our calculators, 59.780. So this is a linear approximation using the average rate of change, that at t equal to 50, what would be the number of units of the video game sold. Now the third part says that you will use AT to represent or estimate the number of units sold in the video games, and using the average rate of change that you found in part number 1 for A50, which is at 50 days, and found in 2, it can be shown that A50 is less than G50. So what are we doing? The function that we had in the first part, which was the logarithmic function, we are trying to use that, and the one that we have estimated using linear approximation, we will show a comparison between both of them. And then we also have to state the reason why in general do we think that the value calculated using linear approximation or using average rate of change will always come out to be less than the value of g of t, which is using the logarithmic function. So let's try and estimate first of all G50 now. A50 we already have by substituting t as 50. So A50 we got in the previous part as 59.780. And now to understand G50, we will substitute in the graph, or G of 50 we can say. We will substitute in the function 40 plus 97.961 ln 50. Let's use our calculators to approximate it. So we have 40 plus 7.961 times ln 50. And once we approximate this, we can see that our answers coming out to be 71.143. So the answer that we got for G50 from our calculators was 71.143. So this clearly shows that A50 is definitely less than G of 50. So this we estimated using average rate of change and a line. But the idea is to understand in general, why do you think the linear approximation gives us a line or gives us a point gives us a value which is always less than the logarithmic expression. Now let's try and understand it using our graph or functions. We can look at it using Desmos also, but we will try to look at it using our calculators as well as Desmos. In Desmos, that one, advantage of using Desmos, it gives us a better picture of it. For example, now what we'd be doing is we will be using the average rate of change line that we got and the graph function that we got from it for reference. For example, now I will have G50, the graph was 40 plus 7.961 ln of x here as a graph. And the second graph that we had was the linear approximation graph, which was with the rate of change 0.3956 x plus we had the y-intercept as 40. Now these were the points of reference that we have, and if we look at the graph, we shall be able to approximate that at 0, 40, and I have this point where it's approximately 91, the graphs are intersecting. So let's take these 2 points where the graphs are intersecting as approximately 0, 40 and 91, 76. Now, because we've taken approximations of the values of B and approximations of the values of the rate of change, it's not giving us an accurate graph. However, these 2 points of reference that you can see are 0, 40 and 91, 76. Now, to understand the idea behind it, it says that why does the value of the linear approximation is always less than the logarithmic function value, which is g of x. In this case, we can see it quite clearly that the linear approximation or the average rate of change line acts like a secant line to the logarithmic graph. And since it acts like a secant line to the logarithmic graph, the value of AT always comes out to be less than that of GT. Look carefully here. The red graph represents GT and the blue graph represents the linear approximation, which is the average rate of change or AT. Hence, we can justify that in general, lying between 0 to 91, the graphs are always one lies vertically above the other, and we can always show this diagram for reference that this is true, and AT in general will always be less than GT. So to answer the question, why is AT less than GT in all cases? We can say AT is less than GT because the linear approximation line or the average rate of change line is a secant line to the graph. And since my logarithmic graph is concave down, this will always be, the value of the secant line will always be less than the value of G in this case in general. Let's understand the C part now. It says the makers of the video game reported that the daily sales of the video game decreased each day after t equal to 91. Explain why the error in the model G increases after t equal to 91. Now, when they're talking about error in this case, error means the difference between the values of AT and GT, which ideally would mean GT minus AT or AT minus GT. So why that error in the model is increasing after t equal to 91? So for that, we will again go to the graph. Let's look at the graphs clearly what is happening. Now, after this point, which is my point of 91 days and 76,000 games being made, we can clearly see that the difference between the linear approximation and the logarithmic graph is increasing in value, right? We can say logarithmic graph is a concave down graph, and after 91 days, which is this point of intersection, the logarithmic graph's growth becomes more steady or is stagnant. However, since we have a linear approximation, its growth keeps increasing. Therefore, the error between the two graphs or the error between the two approximations, one using the logarithmic model and the other using the linear approximation model, keeps increasing after 91 days. So this is something which is visible from the graph for sure, but we can also give a more viable reason to justify it. So to justify it, we will say specifically GT is a logarithmic graph and it is the shape concave down. Now, since it's concave down, its growth becomes stagnant after certain number of days. And since it's becoming stagnant after 91 days, and linear has a steady growth rate, we can say, it keeps increasing. Hence, the error between the residual between GT and AT again keeps increasing after 91 days. And we can show it using the graphs by drawing such a picture, which gives us the difference between the logarithmic graph as well as the linear graph. You can show this approximation like this, that this is the point of reference 91, 76, and this is the point 0, 40, and residuals increasing. So this was a good question on logarithmic modeling and using average rate of change to approximate it, moreover giving a difference between the two. So I hope you understood it.